Hello, it's Mr. Gale here. We're going to look at an investigation today called knockout counting. Let's explain what that means. So you start off by putting the numbers 1 to 6 in a circle, maybe like this, and you'll notice that they don't have to go in order. And in fact, it's more interesting if you don't go in order. So I've got them in this setup, and all you do is you start counting from 1 through to 6 and cross things off as you go. You've got to choose where to start. I'm going to start on the 6. It's a good idea to circle where you started just so you can remember. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to go around clockwise counting from 1 to 6. So it's 1, 2. Now, because I'm on the number 2 and I said 2, this number gets knocked out. So that's gone. So we start again from here and we go back to 1. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3, and that's on top of a 3. So this one goes. And remember, you go back to 1 each time. So 1, okay. Well, that's that gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, so I'm not going to keep going. Those 3 are not getting knocked out. So with them in that arrangement and starting on the number 6, I end up knocking out 3 of the numbers and 4, 5, and 6 survived. Okay, let's try another one. So this time I've got my numbers again. I haven't changed the arrangement of numbers here. I'm not going to change too many things at once. So I'm keeping the arrangement the same, but I'll change where I started. So I started up on 6 last time. Let's be systematic. I'm going to start on 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that is the number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1. Back to 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so these are going to survive this time. So when I started on the 2, again, 3 numbers survived. So obviously, I'm quite interested to know, is it always 3? Or can I get more than 3 surviving? Can I get less than 3? Which ones? 1 seemed to be not good there. Maybe next to the 3. I don't know. Okay, so I've got quite a few questions going on in my head as to what to investigate. Hopefully you have too. Certainly my next steps would be to keep these numbers the same again, and I would start from 4 next, and then I would see what happens if I start from 5, I start from 3, and I start from 1 as well. Those would be things that I'd want to look into. Let's give you some prompts. So your job is investigate the problem. Think about what you're going to write down and what you're going to show your teacher. Here are some things you might want to think about. So what arrangement of the numbers and what starting place would mean that if all the numbers are going to get knocked out, sorry, is there more than one different starting arrangement for that to happen? So bear in mind you need to show clearly what order the numbers are written down in and where you started from. That's one question. If you can do that, can you arrange them so that they all get knocked out in order? So 1 gets knocked out first, and then 2, and then 3, 4, then 5, then 6. So they get taken out in numerical order. Is it possible to arrange these numbers so that actually none of them get knocked out? They all survive. I suppose an extension as well is, can you make just 1 number get knocked out, or just 2, or just 3, just 4, just 5, just 6? I mean, we've shown 3, obviously, but those things too. And then if you get through this and you're okay and you've got plenty of time left, then what about if you have 7 cards? Or maybe 5 cards? I've said for cards, I mean numbers. So how many different numbers? 7? Is that easier or harder? 8, 9, 5, 4, something else. Explore, investigate, think about what you're going to write down. So when you're explaining it to your teacher, you're going to put into your book, what is the question you are working on, So for example, you might go, here are arrangements where they all get knocked out, and then you could draw the arrangements and clearly show which one you have to start from. That would be enough to show it. If you notice anything, so you might think of something like, if I put the number 2 spaces after the number 1, they'll either both get knocked out or they won't get knocked out at all. Maybe you might notice things like that. Things like that you notice, you should write them down. Right, there we go. So have fun exploring that, and let's see what you find out. Thanks for listening.